Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you a quick update. This is the 1972 Volkswagen Bus. In our earlier video we shared with you where we had done a lot of sanding down to bare metal. We did all the areas that wouldn't be ultimate for the sandblaster. So basically in the previous video a lot of the flat panels and the flat part of the doors and the side panels we used air tools and stripped down to bare metal. And then we left the safer areas that are stronger, for example, around this windshield frame, around the roof line and so on. So now basically we've got the sandblasting done. We've just brought it back inside. So we're just going to briefly just walk around just to share with you, because the rust areas that we've exposed is exactly what we were expecting. So you can see we've done a really nice job with the blasting around the window frame, around the rain gutters, and along the top rail. But the flat surface of the roof, we're going to do that by hand because that would end up damaging and warping the roof itself. But the sandblaster, it's really nice because we get to do inside the door jambs and all around the fenders and inside the floors. And you can see the step up, which is really common on a bus. The step up is rusty where we can make that piece, and then we've already ordered the two sections for the floor pan, which is really common underneath the passenger and driver side feet. So we have those pieces coming, and then we've sandblasted this main section where the seats go, and you can see as we come down the passenger side, you can see the door opening where the sliding door opens and closes. We've got that all nice and clean down to factory original steel. And then on our flooring you can see where we've blasted all of the floor, and then the back wheel wells and exposed very common area in the back here where the seatbelt fastens. So these are all fairly straightforward patches that we can just make and weld in. And then as we come along down the quarter panel, so this is everything that we had sanded by hand, and then you can see we removed this half moon rail, the trim piece, and then we've sandblasted all around the frame, sandblasted all the louvers. So by media blasting in these areas, it saves a lot of time trying to use air tools and by hand getting in. Same thing inside and around the fuel filler. We removed the door and now we have access to all of that. And then as I mentioned, we left this paint on the lower section because we're going to be cutting this panel off and replacing that panel. And then same thing with this back corner. So now you can see kind of nasty repairs that have been done previously. Somebody just welded a bunch of patches on top of rotten steel. So we have the new corner pieces coming. So we're basically going to remove all of that. We're going to cut it off completely and have a whole new corner and a whole new battery tray. And then as we come across to the inside, when you lift up the rear hatch, the opening, you can see once again, we have this all blasted and nice and clean. And then in our back parcel shelf area or cargo loading area, you can see it's in nice shape. There's some little holes where someone's drilled. They've had something in here for brackets, so we'll fill these little holes in where they had things screwed down. And then in our spare tire hole, it's in quite nice shape. It was badly corroded and now it's exposed nice steel as opposed to a lot of flaky rust. As we come around the driver's side back, same concept or same idea. We're going to cut this, remove this completely out of there and put a new piece in. And then up above we have it all nicely media blasted here. And then you can see around the window frame, very common areas for a lot of corrosion and a lot of buildup. So we've got that all cleaned out. You can see there's just a couple of pinholes here in this one section. So we'll be able to repair. That's a fairly easy repair. And then as we come to the middle section, I'm really happy with the condition of this frame and the opening. And you can see once again from this rib, which is really strong, this round over section, we sandblasted this, but then this was done by hand so we don't damage or warp the panels. And as we come to the driver's side, once again, very common area where it rusts out where the seatbelt fastening section is. So we'll make that piece for there. And then as I mentioned earlier, we have the driver's side floor pan coming. So we'll cut that one out and put the new one in. But no surprises in terms of overall rust. We knew that there was Bondo in here. That's quite a simple repair for us too. We'll just cut that out, make a piece, and weld that smooth. We're really happy with the overall condition. As we come along the front, you can see the windshield sections. This is extremely common in all the Volkswagen buses and vans, where you see some corrosion because water gets trapped underneath the rubber weather strip that holds the windshield in. So we'll cut this section out, we'll make a new piece to weld in there, and then I'm really happy with all of this all the way along. It's in really nice shape to get to the passenger side, and same idea. This section here we'll end up cutting out, making a piece and welding it in. But the rest of the frame is in really nice shape. The nose is in nice condition. There's some body damage from denting, but we'll use our special dent puller and hammer and dolly work, and we'll get that nose better. And then they've got some additional holes in the front where they had some type of rack system. You can see there's extra holes here in the front. We'll weld all these closed and grind them smooth. There's some type of stand or roof rack system that they had at some point. So overall, quite pleased with it. We even gave the rims a quick blast. We'll do them again later, but while we had it up, we'll probably share some pictures later on. We have a mobile hoist, and we were able to lift up the front end quite high off the ground, and we media blasted all underneath, and then we hooked it up to the back of the van and raised it up, and we blasted the whole rear section. So now we have all of that done and quite clean. So as this continues, we'll give you more updates. So this is the 1972 Volkswagen Bus. I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.